If you misunderstand both your adversary and yourself, you're destined to fall every single time. These aren't just the words of a general, they're a profound psychological truth. Conflict isn't reserved for the battlefield. It pulses through boardrooms, classrooms, breakups, and breakdowns. It appears in social media, arguments, and internal struggles in the middle of the night. So, what if there was a way to understand this chaos and master it? This video explores the timeless psychological wisdom hidden within ancient strategy, reinterpreted for today's mind through the lens of philosophy and psychology. Conflict is inevitable, not because humans are inherently violent, but because we're wired to protect our values, our goals, and our identity. Whether it's competition for resources, recognition, or survival, the dance of opposition is part of being alive. But here's the twist. Most battles aren't won by force, they're won by clarity. Before any conflict begins, ask yourself, what am I really fighting for? Is it pride, justice, insecurity disguised as ambition? Understanding the why behind your battles is the first step toward mastering them. In the world of strategy, brute force is considered the least refined form of victory. The sharpest tool is not the sword, it's psychological insight. The best strategist is the one who sees the unseen, the fears your opponent hides behind anger, the overconfidence that masks a fragile ego, the insecurity that fuels aggression. And let's not forget the enemy within: self-sabotage, overthinking, emotional outbursts. The moment you understand your own patterns, your triggers, your blind spots, you stop being a puppet in the theater of conflict. You become the director. Here's a counterintuitive idea. The smartest way to win is not to fight at all. Every confrontation drains energy. Every argument risks escalation. Every war, internal or external, comes at a cost. Philosopher Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." Sometimes the boldest act is patience. Sometimes the most radical strategy is restraint. You win before the first blow, by preparing, observing, and choosing not to engage in pointless battles. In Taoist philosophy, water is the ultimate metaphor for power. It's soft, yet carves mountains. It's formless, yet unstoppable. It adapts, and in doing so, it endures. Psychologically, this is the essence of emotional intelligence. The ability to bend without breaking, to shift tactics when needed, to let go of rigid identity and embrace change. Adaptation beats aggression. Stillness defeats chaos. The moment you become unpredictable, not by manipulation, but by mastering your emotional responses, you become a force that cannot be cornered. In the ancient texts, much is said about terrain: high ground, open fields, narrow paths. Today, terrain looks different. It might be the emotional landscape of a toxic relationship, the power dynamics in a workplace, or the psychological terrain of your own mind. Know your ground. Don't argue in comment sections. Don't negotiate when you're emotionally compromised. Don't try to win in places that drain your soul. Instead, choose your field. Set the terms. Decide where and when you engage. Power lies in positioning, not posturing. In both ancient strategy and modern psychology, the best leaders are not the loudest. They're the most attuned. They observe, they listen, they calculate. They don't lead through fear, they lead through clarity. But even leaders can fall into traps, acting from ego instead of insight, taking every challenge personally, mistaking control for strength. True strength lies in discipline without cruelty and compassion without weakness. It's a delicate balance, but it's where influence is born. Not all wars are fought with others. In fact, most are internal. Battles with doubt, wrestling with purpose, fighting old beliefs that no longer serve us. Sun Tzu may have spoken of military victory, but his teachings mirror the insights of Stoicism, Buddhism, and even modern CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. The mind is a battlefield, and peace comes from awareness, not avoidance. When you know your fears, your habits, your triggers, you reclaim the power that was always yours. You don't need to dominate to win. You don't need to destroy to succeed. Mastery is silent, power is patient, and the greatest victories are often the ones no one sees. So next time you find yourself in conflict, pause, look inward, and remember, the art of war is really the art of wisdom. Master yourself, understand others, choose your battles. If this spoke to you, subscribe for more philosophical deep dives into the mind. And as always, stay mindful, stay sharp.